Good morning, ninjas. Good morning. It's Whack-A-Granny Wednesday. We've already whacked a couple of granny yards. Sammy, who won? Did you win?
No.
Who won?
Some guy in South Carolina.
Some guy. One guy? One guy in South Carolina won how much? 1.2 billion?
Something like that. 1.9, I believe.
1.9 billion dollars on the Mega Millions. You think his life is going to change now forever?
Oh yes.
Yeah?
He has to.
For the better or for the worse?
That's up to him.
Yeah? Alright, ninjas, as you can see, we are at the church. Fucking dust, man. We're at the church right here. I think this is going to be a last cut for the season. We always seem to stop around October, end of October, and if we need like one more cut or two more cuts, whatever, in November, that's when they'll call me. But usually the season is from March to October with this particular commercial. So, you know, I'm cool with it. I'm actually glad to take a break from this property. It's such a big property that you know, and we've been battling overgrowth all freaking season, so it's nice to take a little break. Sassy's already started mowing, so I'm getting ready to jump on the mower myself. But I wanted to quickly talk to you guys about a couple of topics that I will cover in today's video, okay? Or at least one of them I'll cover now, and one of them I'll cover a little later, but give you a little insight. So one of the topics I want to cover and talk about, if the sun doesn't bother you guys, is how big do you really want to get in your business? Let me know in the comment section down below, what's your plan? And where are you in your business? Are you that one guy crew? Are you solo? Are you just one guy and a helper? Or are you 6-10 guys? How many yards do you guys cut on average? One thing I want to really clarify, which takes me to the next topic, which I was really originally trying to save some of this for later. But now that I'm already talking about this, might as well knock it out all at once, okay? So two days ago, I made a video about this whole sponsorships and giveaways and money. And people have been blowing up my phone, man. You guys have been DMing me like crazy. Some have been cool. You guys are just like trying to confirm what I meant. You know, you're just questioning. Others were just a little rude, you know, stating their opinions, which I can totally respect. I could care less how rude somebody is, but you know, it's your opinion just like I have mine. It's my opinion. But it was enough where I felt like I should bring it up one more time and just kind of explain where I really stand with a lot of this stuff. Because sometimes I'm just poking fun at a lot of things that's so obvious to me that may not be to some of you. And sometimes I'm really seriously going to talk about it. So last 2 videos ago, it was just poking fun. But it was also a little bit serious. I turned down a big commercial, basically ad company or deal, you know, what do you call it? Endorsement, okay? And so some of you guys are like, you know, double standard. You got ads on your channel. Look, guys, we all know as a YouTuber, there's going to be ads on your channel. Some ads you have no control over, okay? That's just what YouTube does, as long as you're monetizing your videos, okay? But some ads you do have control over, which is perfect example, something like this, when a company reaches out to you and tries to pay you whatever the amount is to add more. And you have to make that decision. Is it worth risking and destroying and making people, I know I'd be upset if I had to watch a 40-second, 45-second ad without skipping. So you have to make that decision because, you know, the channel is what it is because of what I've done to it and how hard I've worked with the last 1.5 years. So that's really the topic that I was talking about. I wasn't talking about just ads in general on YouTube. Like I said, some you have control, some you don't. So I was specifically talking about a deal that I turned down because I felt like it was wrong to push that onto you guys just to make my pockets bigger. And that's all I was saying. Some of you agree with me, some of you disagree with me. That's fine. That's fine. It's my decision, right? It's my decision. Let me get real quickly touch on this whole sponsorship stuff. I never once said I have a problem companies sponsoring you or trying to get you to review their products, because I review products and I have in the past, and I plan to do it in the future. If somebody reaches out to me and actually wants my opinion on something because they know I have a following and people enjoy the videos and they enjoy the content, right? I'm honored. Why wouldn't I be? Sure, I'll check out what you want to send me. If you're wanting to send me something, I'll check it out. I'll give my honest opinion. May not be what you're expecting. You may not be happy by the end of the review. But that's the risk you take by sending stuff to me. I have no problem with that. I never have, because I've done it. And I'll continue to do it here and there. Now, the whole sponsorships and kickbacks that I have a problem with, I don't even really have a problem with the code thing. Save 10%, save 20%. What I have a problem with is when companies send you a product to review and you instantly try to set up a code thing without even actually trying the product. Okay? That tells me you had no time. You don't have enough time to really figure it out and see if that's something that you would even recommend. That tells me you haven't even used it long enough to see if it'll really uphold its name. Okay? That's the problem I have. I've said this in a couple of videos ago, or this summer at some point, maybe beginning of this season. But guys, I don't have a problem with any of that, but what I have a problem is how I was raised is when you put your name behind something, then you stand behind that. And if something is crap and you stand behind that, then you're crap. That's all I'm saying. And here's a perfect example. Green Touch. I bought the equipment pretenders myself, and I had a terrible, terrible experience. It was one of the worst experiences of customer service. Some things were good, some things were bad. Like the weed eater racks were pretty decent, and they held up for, 6 months that I had them. And I ended up selling them, and the guy that has them still uses them and likes them. Okay, great. But the blower racks were crap and will always be crap. Okay, at least that style. Now they've changed the new design. To me, it looks like they've copied Green Touch very, very, very closely, or pretty darn close. But whatever, that's between them. I could care less between the two companies. But to me, it looks like it could be a better design, but I don't know. I haven't tried. Okay, but at the time they had the old design and it was crap. And everything I was trying to do, I had to tighten them every week, every 2 weeks. It was just terrible. It was a terrible experience. And then when I tried to contact them and reach out to them, they were stating that it was my fault. I was doing something wrong, which really brought back memories to me from the experience I had with Scab. Scab was the same thing. Every time something went down, I would take it to the dealer, and the dealer would say, jokingly, sarcastically, hey, what'd you do? It was your fault. What'd you hit? It was funny at first, but then it started to get old because I wasn't hitting anything. But maybe it was something new for them that they've never witnessed or seen, so they think it was just me mistreating it. I don't know. But then I went above the dealership and contacted the people above them, right? The rep, corporate, whoever it was that I talked to. I don't remember at the time. And they basically ignored me and turned me down. Okay, so it was just a bad experience with Scab. So when the whole thing happened with Equipment Pretender, I was like, no way, not again. And then a lot of people started to get butthurt that I was doing things wrong, including some other YouTubers started making some videos mentioning that I'm doing something wrong. So everybody was so quick to jump that I was doing something wrong. When the metal started to crack and rust, they finally came out and said, well, that was the first generation. We have completely changed it and made it stronger, and we've completely redesigned. And oh, so now you come out with this stuff after I witnessed it and took pictures and posted it and shared it with you ninjas. Now they want to come out and say, no, that was the old gen. Green Touch contacted me and said, hey man, I didn't hide this. It's not a secret. We want to hook you up. You got some bad experience from what we see, watch the videos, from what we hear. We want to hook you up. Man, I was happy. I was happy that there's another company that wanted to reach out to me and let me try their product. Because this product is not working and I paid my hard-earned money. This was not sent to me. I paid for it. So I said, okay, I'm honored. Thank you. I've used it all season. The backpack racks, the trimmer racks, the sprayer rack. I even have a cooler rack I haven't installed yet. I'll probably just do it next season somewhere. Yeah, and I have no problems with it. Here's the thing. Was I gonna contact Green Touch and be like, hey, I want to do the percentage thing because I like them? No, I wanted to make sure these things can stand up to its name. I wanted to make sure these things are solid and that they're not going to do what Equipment Pretender did. And I wanted to see, not necessarily that they were just going to stand up to its name and solid, you know, that they were going to hold up. But if something was to go wrong, that I wanted to see if they were going to treat me the same way Equipment Pretender treated me and the same way scab treated me. And the few issues that I've had, which were super minor, there was no problem. I didn't even have to call. I text the owner and he instantly. So to me, not only has the equipment held up, but the customer service definitely is way better than Equipment Pretender or the scab. So I could have easily just rushed this whole summer and been like, hey, give me that code and let me do this and let me push this. But I still wanted to finish the season and see, because I want to be, if I want to stand behind something, I want to make sure it really is good. That's all it is. The stuff is holding up, ninjas. And at this point, I'm happy to contact Green Touch myself and be like, hey, I can truly stand behind your product because your product is the fashizzle. You know, hook me up with that code and let me help some people out, save a little money, because I can truly make my videos comfortably and say this stuff is good. Not just, oh, this stuff works great because it's been sitting on my trailer all summer or all winter and, you know, it's doing me fine. Dude, no, that's not gonna work. Or enclosed trailer, and you use it 2-3 times a week. That's not enough proof for me that it's actually good quality, especially if you're only doing it 2-3 times a week and you're doing basically part-time, okay? That's my problem. I'm happy to do it now because I know this stuff holds up. We use it 20 times a day, 6 days a week, all summer long. So, you know, that was that. And then my other biggest issue, so I'm kind of explaining this for the last time, so a lot of you who've been asking me and messaging me about this. So let's make this perfectly clear once and for all. The only other problem I have, that I've lost the liking and trust in this community and some guys, it's not personal. It's just a personal view. It's not personal against them. Is when people want to do giveaways because they feel like, you know, they worked hard, which I know they have. We all work really hard to get our channels up. And we all really work hard to give you good content. Whether it's comical, educational, entertainment, doesn't matter. But is when you try to say, I'm going to go do a giveaway because I want to thank the viewers who have brought me where I'm at. People who have decided that you're worth a crap and want to follow you. And you do a giveaway with other people's products. To me, that's almost borderline, if not disrespectful. Because you're basically telling these people who watch you, you're not good enough to me for me to give you anything out of my pocket. So instead, I'm going to call these other companies. I'm going to gather all this free crap they send me and I'll send it out. That's all. That's how I view it. That's it. And and I think people are getting it. This community is getting it, and we're changing things, man. We're gonna change things, and things are already changing. Just not everybody knows. But we have another YouTuber who just really, I think, took to heart what I've been saying, and I really appreciate you. And I want to see that he goes through this and watch him, and you know, move forward before the next step, you know. But this was really good. He really respected and appreciate and totally understands what I'm saying about how people do the giveaways and, you know, all this stuff, and wants to do things differently. And instead, he's getting ready to do a giveaway, and instead he wants to involve the whole community instead of just some big companies. Now, this stuff is good for the companies, man. I'm telling you, and I'm not hating on these companies. That's great. It's actually a really smart business strategy. But it's not the best for the little guy who has supported your channel to get you where you are. And is that the way you thank him? Look, man, if he needed a gas can, or if he needed a trimmer or a trimmer rack, just buy him that. Or just give him a gift card out of your own pocket and let him choose what he wants. Because I guarantee you, if you give him a gift card, the man or the woman, whoever wins, will have an option to go get whatever they need. Instead, they might get stuck with whatever you send them, which is a product they may not even need or may not even use. And so that's the way I view the whole giveaways. To me, it's just a sign of disrespect to the people who watch you, because the people who watch you and support you are the people who brought you where you are. So that's how I view the giveaways, and I poke fun of that because it's disrespectful. And I would never do that. So I learned from that, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Look, we're all different. Thank God for that. And we're all going to do things differently and view things differently. And that's great. But we don't have to always agree on everything. Look, YouTube is a great platform to make connections with everyone, including companies and the little guys who watch us. I consider myself the little guy. You think I'm a big guy? Dude, I got a truck and a trailer, and I cut grass. Okay? You think I'm a big guy on YouTube? Really? You think 30, 40, 50,000 subs is a big guy? Check it out, man. There's people who have millions of subs, or a couple 100,000 subs. Yeah. I feel like we're all the small guys. We're all trying to get bigger. How big do you want to get? that ended up pretty well there towards the end. I started out with how big do you want to get, and then ended it with that. So should a YouTuber get something back for committing their own time and effort into making these videos for all of us, really, right? All of us who watch? Of course. I don't think we get enough. I don't think we get enough. This is a hustle, guys. And this goes back to that video where I said, listen, it's a grind. It's a hustle. It's not easy, and nothing is in life. That's why YouTube set a bunch of freaking standards and a bunch of freaking things for you that you have to conquer before they even start giving you pennies. Such as 1,000 subs, such as 4,000 hours of viewage. Why? Because they know that so many people are just going to start and they lose interest and they don't care, and then they don't want it. So they got tired of paying quarters to people. So they were like, okay, if you get 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs, this guy's pretty serious about what he's doing. So, yeah. And I still think we get pennies, peanuts, because this is not easy. is. As you can see, the grass is definitely coming to a halt. Here's your Nature Minute with Sassy.
So glad you brought that up.
All right.
Did you know that lobsters urinate out of their faces?
No, I did not.
Yes, they do. And the males and females to interact, they'll actually urinate on each other. So
Why are they urinating on each other?
that's how they mark their territory and stuff.
On each other, though.
Oh yes.
But I didn't, like, what do you mean out of their faces? Like out of their mouths, nose?
Literally the whole face.
Will urinate.
You remember that next time you go to Red Lobster. Don't stick your hand in that tank. That ain't where it be. That's lobster pee. You don't want to be in the lobster pee.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea, man.
I know, it's a weird world we live in. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
It is. I like
Get you one of them big lobsters,
Yeah.
and you'd be like, But no, he pee a lot, so.
You've had lobster before, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, I love lobster, but I eat the tail, so you don't want to eat the head. That's where the bad stuff is.
Yeah, no, I did not know that.
I'll give you a 2 for 1 today. Did you know a shrimp's brain is actually in its butt?
What? A shrimp's brain is in its butt.
Right, and I know y'all will Google these, so you will know I'm right. Yeah, its brain is what literally.
Why is it
thinks-
there? Do we know?
No, that's just the only animal that thinks out of its butt.
I guess that's why we eat them, right?
It's good to have. This hat is fantastic, by the
I
way.
love
Mama
that
Ninja.
hat,
This thing
man.
is just beautiful.
Sassy.
Style and profile.
Look at that. So there you have it. You got 2 for 1 in today's Nature Minute with Sassy.
Jazz hands. Gotta keep them jazz hands going.
Lobsters pee out of their faces, and shrimp's brains are in their butts.
See, that's all good information to have. Now you know which parts of what animals eat. Unless you're a vegan, and I'm sorry. Crazy, you know. Whatever.
What's your favorite? You like steak? Steak is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What
Yes.
part's steak? Like what? You know, sirloin or T-bone? What
Oh,
kind?
no, I'm a porterhouse person.
Porterhouse.
I got curves, so I need a big piece of meat. A big chunk.
How big?
No, just big. And people eating them filet mignons and be like, these are so delicious. And I'm like, it's 2 bites. You need to move on. Pay $13 for a piece of bologna.
That's funny. I asked him how big, and he went like this because the whole topic of today's video, what I spoke with you guys earlier, is how big do you want to get? How big do you want to get, Sess?
Well, I'm about my max size. Right? Any bigger than this, you're going to have to order a new size.
I meant
hoodies.
steak-wise.
Oh, steak-wise. It's just, Okay, bye. Always make it awkward every time. They don't like to leave is what it is. I don't like them to leave.